So what do you do if you've irrigated your container garden, but some of the plants have already run their course? You don't want to irrigate them, especially if you're using a fertilizer injector, because you don't want to waste the water or the fertilizer. So what do you do to stop watering particular containers? Let me show you. There's 3 different ways. Well, first of all, if it's an entire row, you can just shut off the row by using a little shut-off valve like this. So you'll put it right in line on the 1/2-inch hose right there and just turn it off. Turn that whole line of containers off. But what if you've got 1 or 2 that you do want to water? Let me show you 2 different ways to do that. Well, the first way to do it is just to come up here and just put what's called a goof plug. It's just a plug in the end of that, and it will not water that container. That's done. I've done several of these like this, and that way you can be sure that you're not going to waste any water or fertilizer by leaving these emitters running when they're not watering anything. Now the next way might be the best way. Let me show you. So what I've done here on these earth boxes is just, I had the emitter down the spout, down the fill tube of the earth box. So I just put a shut-off valve, a small 1/4-inch shut-off valve in line, so I can shut that water off. The water's turned on and yet it's not running because I've got that valve shut off. So let me show you how to install that valve. Just couldn't be easier, but let me show you anyway. So as you can see, these 2 still have the red emitters on them. So let me get in there and show you how to install these cute little 1/4-inch shut-off valves. Well, first of all, make sure your water's turned off, and just somewhere in line. You can do it right at the valve. I usually do it about halfway, or where I can kind of see it. If there's a lot of vegetation, I can still see it. Clip it off. Install the valve. This particular valve does not have a flow. When you turn it all the way clockwise, it's off. Put the other one in there. And I have effectively cut that emitter off by using this valve. Let me do this one over here. Same thing. It's quick and easy. And these valves are not expensive at all. All right, I'm gonna turn these on and turn the water on and show you what's going on. So as you can see, water's running because I've got this turned on. Now let me turn the valve off all the way clockwise. No water. And it stops. So that's what you want if you don't want to irrigate pots that the plants have spent. The plants have already run their life cycle, and they're done. So again, if it's an entire row, you may want to do the 1/2-inch shut off, but if it's individual pots, you may want to do it this way to see to it that you're not wasting water. If you irrigate through a fertilizer injector, then you're not wasting any fertilizer. Well, that's the way you do it if you don't want to waste water or waste fertilizer. If you do use a fertilizer injector, I've done this entire row like this. I could have shut off just the whole row, but I think I'm gonna come back and maybe plant a few squash in here, and if I do, I'll need to irrigate them, and I'll just either unplug the ones that have the plug in it, or I'll just turn the valve on the ones that I didn't plug up. So 3 different ways to do it, and one of them will fit whatever your problem is, I'm sure. All right, we're gone.